I'm going to give you hints for assignment number 3. So assignment number 3 is from chapter 3. You have 12 questions. And question number 1 is a question about, it's a multiple choice question, and it has to do with the fact that when you have two vectors, the maximum vector that you can get is when you put them parallel. And the minimum vector that you can get is when you put them anti-parallel. And then you can get any other vector in between, depending on the angle between those two vectors. So that should be easy to do. So let me go to number 2. Question number 2 is a question about going around in a circle. So when you're going around in a circle, there are a couple of things that you have to keep in mind. So if this is a circle, one thing is let's say you start here and you go over there, then the distance traveled is that length of the arc. So the maximum distance in one turn is the circumference, which is 2 pi r, where r is the radius. The displacement, on the other hand, is different. The displacement, for example, between those 2 points is this length here. So if you go around, let's say, half a circle, then the displacement is twice the radius. So if you go around half a circle, the displacement is equal to the diameter, 2 times the radius. So then you go ahead and you answer the questions there. Problem number 3 has to do with vector components. Vector components, you are given a set of angles. So you are given the angles, and you are given a figure depending, and you are also given the lengths of the vectors. So as to summarize, when you have a vector in the xy plane and the vector is in this direction, and let's say this vector is A, then this is the vertical component is positive and the horizontal component is positive. But if the vector is over here, then the horizontal component is positive, but the vertical is negative. If the vector is in this part, both components are negative. And if the vector is in this quadrant, then the x component is negative and the y component is positive. So let's keep on going here, and I think you should be able to answer that question with that information. Number 4, you are given a velocity vector. So when you're given a velocity vector, you are given a set of components. Always the magnitude of the vector is the sum of the square of the component. The component can be positive, can be negative, that's depending on where the vector is pointing. So then, for example, if you know the x component of the vector, then, and if you know the magnitude of the vector, the angle that the vector makes with the horizontal axis, whatever the vector is, the angle that is made with the horizontal axis, you can find it with that expression. Let me go to number 5. Number 5 again is a circumference. So this is also a motion around a track that has a certain circumference. and you are given a distance travel, and you are given a time travel, while the average speed is just the ratio of those two. And for part B, though, you want the average velocity. And you always have to remember that for the average velocity, what is important is the displacement over the time. And the displacement is different than the distance travel, especially when you're going around a circle, because if you come around here, you come around here, you come around here, you come back here, at the same point, for example, the displacement is 0. Number 6. You have a bicycle that travels in one direction. Let's say it travels east a certain distance, then it travels east of north, so it travels like that, and then it continues east, and you are given distances and times. So the average velocity for the entire trip is the displacement divided by the total time.